You're outstanding.
Like Michael Miller reincarnated.
Here's the mic over here.
Oh, why did you get so far away, Alex? Anyway, with Purim and Passover season here, I'm enjoying some humintashen.
What's humatash? What is that?
It's like this nice little cookie that you have with the jelly in it. When I was growing up, we called it Haman's hat.
Why?
I guess because humintashen was hard to say when we were little.
Okay, before we talked about Fruit Loops,
With my mouth open.
let's talk about what happened this weekend in University of Florida and Miami.
Oh, baseball.
It was 1-1. That's all I know. What happened at the third game?
You want me to say on you're a lot of Canes watching. We run ruled them.
The Sunday game?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So when you're up by 10 runs, 8th inning, game over.
Wow.
So Florida looked pretty strong.
Wait, did you watch it?
I watched the Sunday game when I got home from New York.
You're in New York? Why wasn't I invited?
I don't know.
Yep.
Sarah and I had our,
Sarah.
our Tacono, our girls' weekend.
And who went?
Sarah and I.
Just the two of you?
Yeah.
Like
Mario was skiing out in Tahoe. Hey, Mar, how's the weather? Got a little snowed in out there. And so we usually go up every year this time of year between March and my birthday
When is your birthday?
in May,
May what?
May 8th.
And how old will you be?
I'll be 55.
Wow.
Double nickels.
Woo! Baby.
Listen, when you get to be 55,
When I get to 55.
you're going to look really good. So here's what I'll tell you is that, so I watched a little bit of the game, but on Friday night we were at a show. So I checked the score afterwards and we had won 6-3.
And then you lost the next one.
And then Saturday we were up like 6-1 and Miami had a monster, like four innings, and they beat us, I think, 14-6 or 14-8.
Yeah.
And so that was, so they called the third game the rubber match.
Right.
Whoever wins it wins the series. And
But that's how it is. Miami went to series.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's won 5 in a row series.
Right.
Meaning they've claimed at least 2 games. I don't think there's been any sweeps in there. But, I think it's a big rivalry game. I think it's even a bigger rivalry game than we have with Florida State or any of our SEC schools, because Miami's almost always ranked in the top 25. I think we were ranked 6th and they were ranked like 22nd. But, you never know. You got to play the games. 9 innings. You get in a groove with a pitcher. You get in a groove with, hitting. I mean, I think the Hurricanes blasted like 3 runs, 4 runs, 4 runs, 3 runs in the last 4 innings. And, there was just no coming back from that.
So Thursday night, I go to this party.
No? Are you allowed to be out on a school night?
Yeah, at an agency called Wow.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Pepe, his nickname?
Pepe Diaz? No.
Pepe.
Pepe Dans.
Yeah.
Jose Pepe Dans. Great guy.
Well, his house, you been to that house?
I've not been to the house. He was very nice and invited me to an event that I could not go to because we had Burgerlicious, but everybody's like, go, because his house is amazing.
It was like, I said, is this a hotel? Am I in the wrong place? Everything was impeccable. It was I don't know exactly. It was a purpose of his clients to meet each other. He is the host with the most, because you never know.
He and his wife. I mean, they've got a great family. He has a son who's diabetic, who is very philanthropic, has started an organization helping other kids. And listen, I give a lot of credit to Pepe because he's amazing at what he does. But I've just heard stories over the years of how great he is to his team and his employees, and he's always thinking of ways to reward them. And he's got huge, great clients like UHealth and others. And
well,
I'm a big fan.
A beautiful house, beautiful host, and so UHealth was there. Your buddy, what?
Myrna.
No, not Myrna. Not the you is there.
Okay.
What's the guy who runs you? Not the president. Who's the next? Your buddy. Who's under?
Rudy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Rudy.
I love that we're playing like a game where I'm like, oh gosh, I have like no information. Rudy is the president's chief of staff and the senior vice president.
Okay, so he had an army of people there because I guess they do business together.
Oh, sure.
And Rudy gave me like the nod.
Oh, hello.
but I couldn't get to shake
Hello,
his hand.
Grant Miller.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew my name, but he gave me the nod.
Everyone knows Grant Miller. Grant Miller here.
So the appetizers just kept coming.
Tell me about two of them, your two favorites.
Well,
Because you're kind of an appetizer guy, because you like to stand.
well, it's all
You
standing.
have a body built for appetizers.
Oh, see, one thing that Pepe did that was unbelievable. Hi, welcome to the Baba. Enjoy. That was it. There's no speech.
And what was the organization?
No, his clients and all his clients got to meet each other.
It's lovely.
Yeah. So that was my Thursday night. And where were you? Were in New York at that time, right?
I was. We left for New York.
I know you cheat on me.
I worked till around 2:30. Went to the airport. We sat in the lounge, had late lunch, and then got on the plane. And we left a little late, but I think we got in around 9:30. Took a car into the city, and
Where'd you stay?
put on warm clothes. We stay always in the same hotel in Hell's Kitchen on West 48th called Hotel Belvedere.
Belvedere. All right. So
So
that
we
was,
had to bundle up, and then we went looking I wanted a slice. Whenever I get to the city at night, I want a slice. I want a slice of great pizza. I know if Michael Miller and I went to New York, he would be down to enjoy a slice. No. Why aren't you in a costume? Oh, wait, that's it. It's beautiful. And, but so we didn't find a slice because the place we went, Sarah wanted, I think, a sausage and pepperoni, and they only had like a mushroom. And so I said, well, we don't have to stop here. There's literally a place with a great New York slice every block.
right.
We're just off Times Square, 2 blocks. I think we were up at 50th at this point. And we're walking. It's cold. We're still acclimating. It's probably like 40, 42 degrees, right? So, but dry and beautiful. And we see these two ladies come out of this little diner. And they immediately flock to Sarah because they're just like a little lesbian couple, a little older. And they're like, hello, what are you looking for? And then they're talking about all the things on the menu. They just ate. And I don't know how these two women put away what they did, but we went in there. And they're like, you have to order quick because it's already like 9. No, it was already like 10:30 and the kitchen was closing. The bar would stay open.
So did you go to any shows?
We saw 2 shows.
Saturday? When?
Friday night, we saw Sweeney Todd.
What time did you see Friday? Oh, Friday night.
After Thursday night because we were going to a Friday show. So true story, Alex Tsoukas, who was the right-hand musical guy for Lin-Manuel Miranda on In the Heights and Hamilton. He's got 4 Tony Awards and 3 Emmys and a Grammy. He is the musical supervisor and conductor for Sweeney Todd, which is a beautiful sort of dark show by Stephen Sondheim. And they're doing a reprisal of it with Josh Groban as the star. Josh Groban has that big voice. He sings that song, You Left Me Up, big baritone.
Right.
And so we go see the show. I had texted through my friend Christine, who is Alex's cousin or aunt, that we'd be there and we wanted to say hello after. So he comes out. He's in the pit, but you see, his head and his hair. And he went to New World School of the Arts, so he's brilliant.
Did you talk to him?
Hold on. So he looks out in the audience. We had told him where we were seated. And Sarah and I wave at him, and he goes, so the couple behind us goes, how do you know the conductor of Sweeney Todd? I'm like, it's a long story. So afterwards, he had told us, come to the orchestra pit and wait for me. And so we went down to the pit. He went to
Did
get
you
some
know
water.
him when back then?
I just know of him.
Oh.
And I followed his career because he's a New World kid.
Right.
He's grown up now. And I follow him on social media. He's living his best life in New York. He's on all these great shows and so talented. So we go up to the railing. He finally comes out. He says hello to another couple, another family. And then he's like, oh my gosh, it's so great to have you here. What did you think? Sarah tells him everything about the show that she liked, and she loves that show. We took some pictures, and then I'm like, listen, we're going to let you
relax.
You've been literally conducting for 2.5,
That's intense.
3 hours. Yeah.
Oh, the other play you went to?
And then we saw a play about the Holocaust called Leopoldstadt.
Good one.
Heavy. We saw that on Saturday. We went to the Golden Girls pop-up kitchen, and we were there with like 100 women in muumuus celebrating Dorothy and Blanche and Sophia. And
You had a great
Rose.
time.
Yeah, always.
Sarah's your person, your go-to.
Sarah is a great travel partner because she's always ready to go, trying something new.
It's interesting. She, she has eyes all over.
You know,
Yeah, she's paying it. We were at the
super intelligent.
yeah.
And intuitive.
She was what we do. She was she's on top of everything. All right, let's talk about that Coral
So
Gables
can I tell you
Chevrolet.
about something though unfortunate?
Yes,
So when we were leaving New York, we were on like a 4:30 flight. And so we had gotten on and we were sitting in main cabin extra. So that's the first row after
Right.
first class. And we were sitting down and, they're nice because they bring you wine or sodas, like you're kind of in first class, but not quite. Like you just missed the row. So this gentleman got on, and I use the term very loosely. And he opens, I guess, the overhead bin. He's like 2 rows behind us. And it was full. And he loses his mind. Like, whose bag is this? This is my bin. It doesn't work that way.
No.
It's like you get on. If you're in group 3 or 4 and he's in group 7 or 8, you might be out of luck. So he starts grabbing people's bags. And they're like, sir, take your hands off my bag. That's my bag. And he just is throwing an absolute fit. And actually, I was a little concerned because there's been an increasing number of incidents on airplanes.
That's correct.
Almost every day. But whatever, nobody really came and dealt with it. The passengers kind of told him to sit down. And I was reading my book. So we get to Miami. And, try to have some level of order. First class empties.
Right.
So, and then the couple with their baby were across from us. They got up.
You let them get out first.
Yeah, so I got out, and then I said, hey, do you all mind passing Sarah's bag?
To that guy, from that guy.
No, I said it to a guy behind them. Because he had already walked forward, and I saw him push people out of the way. Like, he didn't want to wait. Because he had ended up putting his bag in first class where it didn't belong. Because he couldn't find a bin.
Right.
So the guy says, yeah, it's a blue one. And then the guy goes, oh, so you're the culprit. You're the person who took my bag space. I said, sir, it doesn't work that way, and you know it. You get on the plane, you put your bag where it fits. So, he comes in, he bumps me in the chest, and I go, no. I said, we're not doing this. And Sarah, who's, kind of behind me, I get between us because I don't want him, because it's her bag. Like, he's mad at her, too. And she calls him a crackhead. Either a crackhead or a cokehead. Well, that completely set him off. So then he's physically trying to
manhandle you.
Yes, and get around me.
And I've been working out for 2 years.
And he goes, get out of my way, you fat, smelly bastard. Well, then the rest of the crowd is like, oh, no.
Really?
No. You are not going to act that way. So I just took my time in the aisle, put my jacket on.
How big is this guy?
He's small.
My size?
Maybe a little bigger than you. But he'd already been incredibly belligerent.
He's lucky
on the plane.
He's lucky he didn't get arrested.
And he was inappropriate and threatening and violent getting off the plane. Now, super disappointed again. Everything in front of us, other than Sarah getting off, and she had already gotten off because I'm like, get off the plane, was empty. No flight attendants. Nobody came to see what was going on. He's yelling. And
there's people outside that door. They know.
Outside the door and inside the door.
We're not going to say what airlines.
No, it's not important. But it was really disappointing. So I get off. He's behind me, like chirping. So he tells me he's going to, why don't we go outside? I go, well, technically we are outside. And then he follows me up the ramp. Sarah's already up. And about halfway up, he's swearing at me, cussing at me. He realizes he never got his bags. Turn around and go back. And I could hear them. They go, you can't come back on the plane. You're not allowed back on the plane once you've left.
Is that a fact?
That's apparently a fact. So we get out there. I put my jacket on, and we're getting our organized and everything. And this nice couple comes and says, sir, thank you for being so kind and calm and trying to rectify the situation. That guy was out of control. And I just said, listen, if you're visiting here, I want you to know this isn't how people in Miami act, unfortunately. It's just the world we live in now. There's a lack of decorum and manners. And I have to tell you, I'm dealing with that more today than I have in 17 years at the Chamber. and it's involved members, community people, leaders. I mean, people just, they have no filter anymore.
All right.
And so,
Okay, I'm
put a
gonna.
little damper on it. But Sarah sent me a beautiful bouquet of sunflowers today to cheer me up. Wow. So I have to tell you, I was really down about it. I was down about Miami. I've lived here 30 years. Miami's my home. It's everything.
How do you know
And
he's
to
from
feel that
Miami?
way. I don't know that, but you never know.
That's correct.
But the fact that it was going on and not handled.
That's the issue. All right, we're going to get to the Coral Gables Chamber. I just want you to know who I hung out with yesterday at noon.
It wasn't Jose Pepe Danz.
No. One of the most powerful people in the United States.
Yes.
United States Supreme Court.
Oh, yeah. Ketanji Brown Jackson.
So they had
So you got to meet her?
yeah. So they had a street
Not
dedication.
a tall woman.
2 inches taller than me.
She's taller than you?
I don't know. She has big high heels.
Oh, okay.
So she is. They did a street dedication.
Yeah, I saw that over the weekend.
And they didn't allow her to do it on the street. They went into the mosque convention center because it's just too many problems.
For security for her.
Right. And then she shows up at Pinecrest at Palmetto High School.
Her high school, her alma mater.
There she is, right next to me.
Yes.
Oh.
So is that where you were?
Yeah.
So you've got, let's see who we got. You got Karen Cunningham, you,
This guy's an ESPN guy, Hall of Famer.
Ketanji,
I don't know all these people.
and that's Al Dotson. Is that Al Dotson?
Yeah. All right. So there's
Are there some teachers in here? Because there's some very sensible shoes on these
yeah.
ladies.
So we go. So all these wonderful people get inducted to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was lucky I was invited because I was inducted 15 years ago when the bar was really low.
Well, and so did they give her medallion?
So
'Cause I know she couldn't go to the event, which was at Pepe Danz's house. That was the event he invited me to.
right. So she showed up.
She wasn't at his house, though.
No. So she could not be in the audience because she didn't want to take anything away from the other Hall of Famers, and she was the last person.
So was Jimmy Hodge there?
Jimmy Hodge?
From the Children's Trust? He was in the Hall of Fame. Or
No.
was this for Palmetto?
Palmetto. This is the real stuff, not the city county one. So she comes out, gives a wonderful speech. Then at the end, she goes back into a reception area. The security people said no cameras.
So this was at the South Day Cultural Center?
No. That was something separate. That was street naming.
Oh.
This was at Palmetto High School, and she took pictures like that, group pictures. Super nice. When I walked in the room, she says, "Hey, how are you? Nice to meet you." I go, "Does she know me?" No, that's how friendly she is.
She's not a criminal lawyer or criminal justice.
Right.
So you're safe.
But her speech was beautiful. Okay,
What'd you talk about?
just live your dream. She had a private meeting with the debate team at Palmetto because that's where she got her.
No way.
Yes.
I would have been like pooping myself.
Oh, yeah. All right. Pass the cereal. Fruit Loops, Apple Jacks,
Today is
Cheerios.
National Cereal Day, and I listed my 3 favorite cereals from growing up to adulthood.
I like the chocolate ones. What were they called?
Count Chocula?
Yeah, those were good.
Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah, that was my time with Cocoa Puff.
Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs is what they used to call it.
So, Coral Gables Chamber of Commerce is rocking.
Rocking and rolling, baby. Big week. Last week, this week, next week.
You got Hoodamadoodle coming in.
Hoodamadoodle.
The new Beacon Council guy.
Yeah, we've got Roderick T. Miller next Thursday.
I'm excited to meet him.
His first big public presentation, and he picked our chamber, which we're really lucky. We've been able to do that a few times. We did that with the new FIU president. I think people see that there's a seriousness to our chamber in terms of doing business with each other, but also it's a place where you're going to come and your message is going to be heard, and people are going to really want to help you with that message.
Speak about that next week. Community Newspapers
Yeah.
is hosting
I saw that. You just sent me something.
the
about
dean of medical school.
that. At the Wertheim Medical School at FIU.
Yeah. Just FYI, he grew up in Hialeah, went to Miami Springs High, and he is, yes, a Gator.
Wow. All of the above.
I hope you can rearrange your schedule because I know you want to.
Well, one of the things I like now about going is that I've really gotten into breakfast.
Well,
So I want to have breakfast almost every day. So like on Mondays, I have breakfast at 7:15 a.m. at the Cozy Corner in Miami Springs because I have to be out of the house by 7:30 because the cleaning lady comes every Monday at 7:30. So I'm out of the house, and I go there, and I have the same thing. I have an egg white omelet and a side of wheat toast every Monday, and sometimes I'll have it like Greek, like with feta and spinach, and sometimes I'll just have it with a little bit of cheddar. It really depends. Today, I had breakfast with the Consul General of Ireland.
Of course, get
Sarah
ready
Kavanagh.
get ready for St. Patty's Day.
Yep. And so we had breakfast at Macondo, one of our new members, and I had a croissant
Well,
with some fluffy, amazing scrambled eggs. But last time I was at Casa Cuba, after the program ended, I sat at the bar and I had like whatever their little traditional
well,
breakfast is. And it was so great, except that Wilson sat next to me and talked to me the entire time. Like I couldn't just quietly have breakfast.
well. Hopefully,
You know Wilson.
Yes. So hopefully that we can rearrange your schedule and get you to be the MC at that event. But I know you're very busy. But okay,
Yeah, so George is asking, where am I going for St. Patty's Day? So the Consulate of Ireland in Miami is hosting a big event, but it's the prior Sunday, the 12th. And then on the 17th, I'll actually be in Mount Dora, because it's not only St. Patrick's Day, but it is also their annual spring craft show. And I go every other year to the craft show because I love crafts.
okay. We got
Did I mention that I love crafts?
we got Reconnect
We had Reconnect last week. Yep.
and
Phil
Fleming.
Stevenson, who is the mortgage nerd, was the guest speaker. And then our Wind Down Wednesday was also the kickoff to Women's History Month.
That was at Fleming's.
Was at the lovely Flemings. And we announced all of the women who were finalists for the Businesswomen of the Year
I
Award.
know because I'm seeing all these posts. Very exciting.
It is very exciting. But I got to tell you something, ladies. If you're a finalist, buy your ticket or buy your table. We have already sold more than half of the tickets because we're at the Hyatt and the limit is around 200. So
They can buy 2 tables if they want.
if they want, but you got to do it now because I got to tell you, we're well over 100 RSVPs already.
And it's Wednesday. Tomorrow. What's happening?
Tomorrow is our Government Affairs Committee in the morning and then our candidate forum,
What's in the morning?
Government Affairs.
Right, and then at an evening.
6 o'clock at the University of Miami Newman Alumni Center.
Where is that? Where should you
It's
park?
right on Santa Mara. So the parking is going to be a little bit of a challenge because there's a baseball game at 4.
Correct.
But it's a midday game against Jacksonville, so we don't expect.
But where do you park?
You park behind the Alumni Hall. There's a couple of lots.
Where's Alumni Hall?
Pay by phone. It's on Santa Mara, right across from the baseball stadium.
Oh,
Right
that
across from
that
the
one.
light.
Oh, the beautiful building.
It is a beautiful.
Yep.
Building. So we'll be there. We're expecting a couple hundred people to be there through the evening. 6 o'clock, begin the program. Group 4, which has 4 candidates. Then the mayor, who's been recently reelected, is going to come and make a few remarks about his goals for his second term. And then we'll do the Group 5, 2 candidates. So, if you want to come for the beginning, the middle, the end, all of it, it'll roughly be 6 o'clock, 7:15, 7:30, ending around 8:30,
Okay,
8:40.
Or you can join me at 4 o'clock. Go to the game.
Yeah, get a shake.
Get a shake. No line usually at that time.
Yeah, I was going to say, first of all, they just got beat up by the Gators. So
Right. So
everybody's
4
like,
o'clock, and then you
typically
hang.
Miami fan, like, we're mad at you.
Yeah.
And then it's 4 o'clock, so I assume that some people might have jobs.
Yeah. 4 o'clock. Then.
I mean, I'll meet you there early if you get me a shake.
Okay. Next thing we got chamber
You know which one
engagement.
I like? I think it's called like the rubber pitcher on.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
rubber on.
Yeah. Chamber 101.
Yeah, that's going to be on Friday, 9 a.m., brought to you by Sir and Associates. By the way, going back to the candidate forum, it is free and complimentary. Come on out, ask questions. We've had probably 15 or 16 questions submitted in advance by residents and some of our members.
Who's emceeing it?
emceeing by Antonio Mora, who used to be with CBS4. And thank you to Rag and Cast of Strategic Communications, Efrain Sora, Sora Global Insurance and Consulting, and of course, University of Miami, our host, and our partners at Gables Good Government Committee. So a lot of folks. The last time we did this, one of the groups I think had like 200 people. So come early, get a seat, park.
March is like lion or lamb. What is it?
Well, I was here and it came in warm and humid, but no rain. So I'm probably kind of like lamb-ish, like lamb with a side of jelly, mint jelly. You never heard that phrase?
Absolutely.
Women like a lamb.
Women History Month. What are we doing for it?
We've got a lot going on. So if you go to our Instagram today, we're paying homage to all of our past women chairs. So I think we did 4 today, and then we'll do 4 tomorrow. I want to thank Christine and the team and Morgan for putting that together. I think today features Margaret St. Germain, Donna Aboud, Nancy Hogan, and Danette Gossett.
So
we've had a lot of women chairs. I think we've had over a dozen.
So last month was Black History Month, and you had a great series going on.
We did. We did an Instagram Live. This is a follow-up to that.
I was on it.
Yeah, this is a follow-up to that, but really are featuring on. And the month before that, we did Native American Month, which was kind of a Did You Know campaign about Native Americans and American experience.
Okay. Take me out to the
ball game. Take me out to the crowd.
So March 30th, 410. Why 410? Why not 405, 407?
I don't know. I think it has to do with television, but
so
let's talk to Andre about that.
I'm pretty excited for the Marlins.
Yeah.
The new president, her team is out. They're out knocking on doors. They're in the community, so it's great for.
I think so.
And I think Bruce Sherman, of course, she was a local columnist in our paper, talked about what the plans are for the Marlins. I'm excited for them.
So a little tease for all of you, if you're big Marlins fans, which I know you all are, the day before, 29th,
right,
we are hosting a trustee lunch with Jeff Conine and David Oxford.
Wait, it's not on the sheets.
We just confirmed it.
Well, I was at an event with Jeff Conine. He's all serious.
Mr. Marlin.
All serious.
Until
he talks. And oh my God, he is funny.
Yes.
Funny.
He hasn't done a chamber.
No.
Kind of yet.
This was his event. It was a Marlin event. And
it was the
whatever it was.
Fan Fest.
Yeah. No, something. Whatever.
Business of Baseball.
Wow. I'm going, who is this guy? He was cracking jokes on everythody.
Yeah, back in February 7th.
And David, he's a funny guy.
He's the chief commercial officer, so they'll be together.
March 29th?
March 29th. Not sure the exact venue yet, but we'll let you guys know. But definitely want to sign up for that because, Jeff has just joined the team again. He's really an ambassador for them. And all those years, he was one of the original Marlins, beloved.
Worshipped. So I'm excited.
Worshipped. You get to meet Jeff Conine, March 29th.
Doctor Hospital, 5K, 10K.
Yeah, we're working on that.
Coral Gables.
With the team. And, this year we really need to get back to kind of basics, which is growing our participants and growing our sponsors. So if you have any interest, reach out to me or Angeline. That's brought to you by Doctors Hospital. We've got some other great sponsors like the City of Coral Gables, WSS Shoes, and a few others that are part of the chamber.
Speaking about Doctors Hospital, one of their teammates is going to be the new CEO of the
Zoological Foundation.
Yes.
ZSF.
Yes. Jose
Romano.
Yeah, he was at Feast of Beasts with his mom. I go, Mom, you don't have to walk him around.
Not at that age. I mean, I can't imagine he would get eaten. Now he works there.
Yeah, so he'll be doing
Was this recently you beasted?
Yeah, Friday.
Oh, it was Friday.
Yeah, I got there late. We had a baseball game. Okay.
All right.
The Instagram, you're almost 7,400. It is growing every day.
That's our latest number as of this morning when I sent you over these notes.
And then 20 new members.
What do you think, by the way, is driving the Instagram?
Morgan.
Well, certainly our team does a great job, but it's all about content. It's all about what's relevant.
And
if you look at what our peers are doing in that space, we are leading the pack.
Your Facebook. I'm not really on Instagram, but Facebook.
What about LinkedIn? Spending any time on that?
No, Facebook. Yes, a little bit. But LinkedIn, you're posting all these pictures with your logo on top. I like that. Framed out, your pictures in there. I think it's whoever's doing it, doing a great job.
Morgan, Christine, it's a team effort.
You never see Devin. What's Devin do?
Devin's doing everything else. He's keeping track of me, telling me where to be.
Okay, so February, you had a great month. 21 new members, 3
Great
trustees.
month. We had a nice sales month, 3 new trustees, which is our goal every month. And, we're off and running. We've got 2 or 3 new members already for this month. But, March is a big month. It's, it's deep into the third quarter.
So, people, buy your tickets from the women business. You can buy 1 or 2 tables. Can you buy 2 tables?
Yeah, if they're available. Remember, it's capped at around 200. So definitely get on the horn today. I was just telling Gloria they were thinking of getting a table. And so, you better make that commitment today because 10 seats are gone.
And how much are seats by themselves?
$75.
So if you want to pay $70, you can stand next to me outside the door.
You don't have to stand outside.
That's right.
Are they going to serve any hors d'oeuvres?
No, they don't serve.
Hors d'oeuvres.
All right, so anything else cooking?
No, just excited that, March is here. I don't think when we got together last week, March had arrived as of yet. It was the very very end of February.
I tell you what, when I go to your chamber events, I can feel the excitement, and that's important. And people need to know when you go, whatever chamber you go to, you got to get involved.
Yeah, you definitely got to step forward, raise your hand, say, how can I help? How can I get involved? I mean, whether it's as simple as, attending an event or a little more active, like being part of a committee or doing all of those. We have 8 to 10 events a month. We're certainly a very active chamber, and those are not only recurring events, but special events. But what's really cool about that is, many of them are at, pretty low price points. So you can do something, if you're a trustee, complimentary, or if you're a small business, you can do Reconnect for $25, $30.
Where's Wind Down Wednesday month?
This month? Well, we just had it.
I missed that. That's right.
It was at Fleming's.
I coach Little League Baseball, so,
So many coaching responsibilities. April, we won't have a Wind Down Wednesday because it's the first night of Passover and it's Seder. So we're encouraging people to go and enjoy a great Seder. Did you have Seder when you were growing up?
No.
What's my favorite thing about Seder?
Tell me.
It's about the food.
Oh, okay.
Unlike Yom Kippur, where you fast all day, Seder's about the food. And, I love food.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, it's time.
Is it? Alex, you don't have anything else for us? Alex produces our show, and, I think we put him through his paces with the loud singing and the stupidity. Any more messages, Alex? I feel like we only saw what George had put. Can't believe it. Where is everybody?
Hello. All right. Get involved.
Get involved, get engaged, get connected, get in touch with your inner chamber. One of the things that we love about doing this show every week is that we not only get to tell our story, we coalesce and align on so many of them, but, Grant Miller, his brother, and the paper is very much leaned into the small business community, which is the great cross-section of our membership and certainly others. But I don't know. It's a lot of fun. Hanging out.
Got 30 more years at it.
Oh, my goodness. There's so much going on. I mean,
Holmes Braddock's 95. Why can't
Holmes.
I'm going to last as long as he is.
Well, you better maybe take it down a notch on the ice cream.
I know I did have ice cream yesterday, double scoop of chocolate, like at 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, if you're going to have it, at least have it earlier in the day,
right,
so it's not just sitting there on your hips.
Let's wrap.
All right, folks. Thanks so much. Great to be with you. Have a great week. And we'll see you next week on March 14th.
Have a great day.